Hey guys, welcome back to Sky Talks Trading. My name is Sky and I am on a quest to invest. Today's video is all about Sofi Stock. It's a favorite here on this channel. I know you guys like Sofi Stock. I'm going to be talking about the catalyst that is causing this nice run-up with Sofi Stock and some other stocks. I'm also going to be going over some technical analysis, and I'm going to be talking about some possible Sofi acquisition theories and some other stuff. So let's get into it. First of all, just want to talk about some option activity going on with Sofi. There's huge bets on 17 call options expiring this week. 26,000 traded at the time of recording this. You know, someone expects a 10% plus pop. This could be at 19 by the end of the week based on all technicals and these options activities. We've also got Q2 earnings reports coming up, which will easily surpass expectations. Sofi recently, in April, launched in Hong Kong. I don't see a lot of people talking about this. So yeah, their next earnings should reflect that growth. The Hong Kong market is larger than the US, and this is going to be huge for them over the next couple of years. And like I say, that I think will be reflected in the earnings reports. And then we've got the bank charter. That will be a huge game changer. Sofi has a lot of cash on hand, 1.9 billion, and their leadership and Noto are very dedicated. And also, option trading will be coming soon, which will definitely contend with Robinhood. And then we've got the Super Bowl 2022 Sofi Stadium. I talked more about that in my last video. You know, they're really ramping up advertising. Their membership is growing by leaps and bounds. You know, Sofi has really just started. And if you got in early, you're going to be riding a nice tidal wave to possibly the hundreds in 2 to 3 years. So let's talk about what's been going on in general with fintech stocks. Because fintech stocks as a class, as a whole, are some of the biggest winners of the day. The big acquisition by Jack Dorsey and his fintech giant Square is catalyzing sympathy gains across the entire industry. I'm actually reading Hatching Twitter right now, which is a super interesting read. And so it's really interesting because it also talks about Jack Dorsey starting Square. Definitely recommend that book, by the way. Most gains stem from yesterday's deal between Square and the fintech giant Afterpay. And the ticker for Afterpay is AFTPY. So yeah, Dorsey's fintech play is acquiring Afterpay in a $29 billion deal. The deal is yet another confirmation of the increasing popularity of buy now, pay later, BNPL, finance services. Yeah, these services are becoming increasingly popular in the US after already being pretty popular here in Europe. Particularly, they tap into a younger audience who are typically much more skeptical of traditional lending services. So yeah, we're talking Gen Zs, millennials. So naturally, both Square and Afterpay stocks are up on this news, but also the acquisition is boosting other BNPL stocks. Affirm is also gaining on the day's session. AFRM is being boosted by nearly 15% on the session. So yeah, just the news in general is making people more bullish on these fintech stocks. Sofi finished the trading session on an uptick, gaining 2%. I know it's pretty small, but I think it's just the beginning. Paysafe, that was another stock that was gaining in sympathy. But I think actually with Paysafe, it also had news of its own. The company is announcing today that it's acquiring a South American digital payment company called Pago Efectivo. Sofi definitely needs some news. And I think definitely the earnings reports in themselves will be huge. So yeah, I came across this post on Reddit. If Sofi were to be acquired, who would be the most likely acquirer? Just food for thought as industry is getting tons of M&A action. Race right now to be a top dog in new world of financial services. And the key is having access to Gen Z. Gen Z do hold a lot of power. So Legacy Bank, these guys have the most to lose and their rich market caps make it easily digestible. Then maybe PayPal. You know, do they want to let this fall into the hands of Square or Stripe and have move into consumer online payments? They need to diversify and look beyond their existing business. And then we have Stripe or Square. Stripe said to be working on a direct listing soon, probably early 2022. They've hired lawyers for this. They are gunning for Square, and having Galileo would be a big strategic win. Square are big with merchants, but they bought Afterpay to go after young consumers, which is SoFi's domain. Dorsey and Noto have a long relationship. And then the first comment, most upvoted, as shareholders of SoFi, we want Amazon, and it's not even close or a debate. SoFi Pay on Amazon, SoFi credit cards bonus on Amazon use. Underlying marketing will bring billions. It will instantly triple the value of SoFi. And that does sound amazing. Unfortunately though, little too good to be true, because as the original poster pointed out, Amazon won't be allowed by regulators to expand into financial services. And so, yeah, that's just the reality of it. So it's more likely to be one of these, legacy bank, PayPal, Stripe, Square. So let's talk technicals for a second, specifically VWAP. SoFi has traded a total of 13.8 million shares yesterday for a combined VWAP price of $15.89. The standard deviation of the 1 minute VWAP intervals is 0.26. The last price was minus 0.6 standard deviations below the day's VWAP. So if you don't know, just quickly, the VWAP stands for volume weighted average price, and it is a more comprehensive way to calculate the average price that SoFi trades at over a given time frame. There's some traders who only use VWAP as a indicator. Now, let's talk about SoFi dark pool trades. Dark pool trades reported for SoFi have accounted for 55% of the total volume yesterday. Over the past 20 days, the average dark pool volume has been 59%. Total volume in the dark pool is 7.5 million. The VWAP price for only the dark pool trades is $15.90. TRF trades for SoFi are reported by dark pools to trade reporting facilities and represent activity away from the mainstream or lit exchanges. When it comes to SoFi sweep orders have represented 20% of the stock volume in SoFi yesterday, totaling 2.7 million shares for a VWAP price of $15.89. The intermarket sweep order, ISO, is considered an aggressive marketable order that seeks immediate execution by sweeping the top of book of the lit exchanges. The ISO order can be an indication that a market participant is aggressively taking liquidity in a certain direction for SoFi. And lastly, I want to talk about block trades. Large block trades in SoFi, which often represent institutional trading, have accounted for 8% of all the volume on the day for a total of 1.0 million. The 20-day average of volume percentage has been 10%. So guys, that's really all I have to say about SoFi for now. Make sure you're subscribed because I talk about this stock quite a lot. Also, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my opinions only. Always do your own DD, your own research. But thanks so much for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and have a great day.